Even if I lived in another planet, I could tell today is the day after the Super Bowl. Attendance goes down. There was actually a fire alarm in the morning. I started my first class at 11:15. Within 15 minutes, there was a fire alarm. Somebody must have put out an exam the day after Super Bowl. Because there's all the fire trucks came and stuff. It probably was a false alarm. Let's see, Arturo. Adam.
There.
Clayton. Ryan is excused. I think Catherine. Okay. Lawrence. Jacob Breath. Let me see if it's part of the emails I got. No. Brock. Jonathan Brock. That's not part of it. Clancy. Taylor Klein. What's your name?
John. Brother.
Okay, let's take care of you. Brock. Taylor Klein, no. Conley, Caleb, Copeland, Colton, I think I have an email from him. Yeah. Hayden,
Okay.
Geisland, Hunter,
Yeah.
Ginter, Savannah here, Looney, Jacob Looney, oops, Nasi,
Yeah.
Princess here, Namovich, Patel, Pierce, the other Emma Quinn, Camden, William Smith is excused, Sublette is excused.
First half class, I had to leave that break.
Oh, okay, that was, okay. Sullivan? Daryl Sullivan? Bronson is excused. And Bicker is excused. Williams? Max Williams? Okay. All right.
Yeah, he dropped the plus.
I did, okay.
Yeah, so did Daryl.
So are we down to 28? Or maybe, I thought I updated the list. I hate that I have to go through all of these. To see a class roster. Oh, it must have been from the original list. Anyway, since they dropped it, it doesn't matter. All right, we're gonna continue with financial ratios. In the first half, we'll cover ratios based on profitability and growth ratios as well as price multiples. In the second half, we'll do a good number of problems about these ratios. Profitability-based ratios. These are pretty much all based on net income. It's just a matter of comparing it to what. One is called profit margin, abbreviated PM. Again, I'm going to abbreviate net income to NI. Net income over sales. So for each dollar of revenue or sales you got, how many cents do you have in net income or net profit? The second one is called return on assets, ROA. It's net income over total assets. So for each dollar of assets you got, how much profit you have, you can think of this as a measure of profitability for the firm as an enterprise, not necessarily for shareholders. And return on equity, this is for shareholders, net income plus total equity.
That net income plus total equity? Or
Divided, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Today, I may make a lot of mistakes. I had a whirlwind 4 days. I left here about noon on Thursday. I drove all the way to San Diego, California. My mother of my kids just moved to San Diego with my older son. I drove her loaded car and a dog with me. Man, do not ever take a dog to a long distance trip. Whining all the way. It took all my zen not to kill that dog. I mean, I deserve to go to heaven just based on that. I arrived there Saturday around 10 a.m. that time. I had a Sunday 9 a.m. flight. With all the layover and delays in Las Vegas, I got here around home 1 a.m. and I had an 11 a.m. class this morning. I'm not teaching tomorrow, so I'll be able to rest. Things you do for the mother of your children. What's your name?
Okay.
Brett?
Okay.
What's the last name? Looney, okay. Because you're not the only Jacob. Now, these ratios are actually kind of related. These are all under the DuPont identity. There's a baby version and a full version. Nobody ever calls that baby DuPont, I do. Baby DuPont says the following: return on equity equals return on assets times EM, where EM is equity multiplier, or 1 plus debt equity ratio. You can kind of see that if you take ROE, it's net income over total equity, right? I'm gonna creatively multiply this by 1. So net income over total equity, I'm gonna multiply this with total assets over total assets. And if you arrange those, net income over total assets times total assets over total equity. The first part is ROA, and you can think of the second part as 1 plus total liability over total equity which is equal to ROA times 1 plus debt equity ratio. Of course, we define that to be equity multiplied, 1 plus debt equity ratio. This basically says ROE is a profitability measure that is corrected for leverage. Two firms may have exactly the same ROA, but the firm that has much higher debt will have a higher ROE. Yes.
Is that supposed to be TA over TA?
This one? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is supposed to be TA over TA. I creatively multiplied it with 1, but then I just rearranged it. You know, NI, I divided NI by TA and TA by TE.